What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I am TYEISHABOOTHE, and today I'm going to be cooking up some married me chicken in the kitchen today. This is my first time making it, so I'm glad that I'm married already, because if my husband doesn't like it, then yeah. Doesn't really matter, does it? But this is my first time making it, and we're just gonna go ahead and dive into the video. I'm gonna try to keep it under 10 minutes because everyone's hungry, including me. So let's go ahead and let's start by getting our chicken prepped so we can get it into the pan and finish up our meal. We have our chicken, we have our grated Parmesan cheese, shredded Parmesan cheese, we have some plant-based butter, our thyme, roasted red peppers, heavy whipping cream, mushrooms, spinach, and of course basil. And you cannot forget your olive oil and your garlic. So the first thing I'm going to do is fill up my pot of water and get it boiling for my noodles, so I don't have to wait for the water to get hot. So it can start boiling right now. So we got that going. We have our vinegar, baking soda, the lime to clean our chicken up with, and I'm going to try to do this as fast as possible. I'm going to clean the chicken, but as fast as possible. Go ahead and get my baking soda out now, so I don't have to touch the bag. After I touch the chicken. And guys, one thing about me, I do not like cooking chicken. Like, my husband cooks the chicken. I hate the smell of it. I don't like touching no chicken, cooking no chicken. So yeah, I'm gonna eat it. But this is one of my husband's forte. My chef's knife, so I can fillet it smaller than what it is. Now, of course, you guys know my camera's crooked, but of course, you guys know seven of us is eating, but I'm cooking for my family of 8, and I ended up getting 5 fillets of chicken. We're gonna get this cleaned up, washed up, and I'll be back. So my chicken is now washed. I'm going to cut it thinner, fillet it thinner before I season it, so they're not so thick and they cook easier. And I got these knives from Sam's, guys. They cut really smooth. Look at that. I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not. I did this one. They cut really sharp, really smooth, nice cuts. You see that? Look at that. Look at that cut. Great cuts. Some ginger. Turmeric. Now that our chicken is seasoned, we're going to get our cast iron skillet and we're going to coat it with olive oil and some butter and let that heat up. Then we're going to take our chicken and coat it front and back with some flour. And you can also use cornstarch, but I just chose to use flour instead. And yes, I'm using foil paper because who's finna clean up this mess after it's done? I can just take it, fold it up, and put it straight in the trash. By this time, your cast iron skillet should be hot, and you can place your chicken in your frying pan and let it cook thoroughly on one side before flipping it over and cooking the other side. And yes, I did drop some oil and some flour during this process. Please don't hold it against me. Once your chicken starts to brown, you're good to go ahead and flip it over so it doesn't burn. My chicken does have an orange tint to it because I did use turmeric to season it. Once your chicken is cooked on both sides, it should look something like this. Now we're going to fry up our mushrooms in the same grease we cooked the chicken in. Now for the good part. I ended up getting my other cast iron pan and I added some butter and some olive oil to the bottom of it to coat it with. We got vegetable stock so we can go ahead and make our little gravy with it. Unfortunately, I did put way too much vegetable stock in my chicken. I'm telling y'all right now, I put way too much. So if you want it to be really creamy, don't use a lot. Now we have our heavy whipping cream. This is a dairy-free heavy whipping cream. If you use the dairy-based heavy whipping cream, it will be much creamier, but I use a dairy-free one. We have some grated Parmesan cheese. And you also don't want to put your Parmesan cheese in too early because this is a cast iron pan, and guess what? It's going to stick to the bottom of the pot, y'all. The cheese stuck to the bottom of the pot. I also added in my Parmesan cheese that stuck to the bottom of the pot as well. And then I added in my garlic. And you want to go ahead and give all that stuff a good mix and make sure that your pot is on a low to medium simmer because cast iron gets hot really fast and it will burn. And now we're going to go ahead and season up our base. And we're going to use some of the same seasonings that we use to season the chicken with. And then let that simmer and thicken up before adding our chicken in. We're also going to add in our red peppers and give that a good stir. My pot next to it is boiling. It is ready for the noodles. So we're going to go ahead and put in our fettuccine noodles so they can start to cook because the chicken is going to cook fast after this. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our mushrooms. As you can see, the base is still really watery, and that's because I put in way too much vegetable stock and I added in my cheese too early. So it stuck to the bottom of the pan and it prevented the gravy from thickening up because the bottom of the pan was coated in freaking cheese. But yeah, don't do that. But you can still go ahead and add your chicken in there and let it further saute and cook with everything else. You can also thicken it up with flour or cornstarch. So this is how we're looking right now. I definitely put way too much vegetable stock in here. And I only brought that one bottle of heavy whipping cream, so I didn't have more to add inside here. I did try to thicken it up with flour, but this is how we're looking right now. It does taste good. Let's hope that the final outcome looks and tastes good. So here is the final outcome of the dish while plated. It did taste really good. I just wish that it was more creamier. Here's a close-up of the plate. Looks really good. Seasoned very well. Like I said, I just wish that it was a lot more creamier. I did go ahead and top it with more Parmesan cheese, which made it look and taste better. Lastly, I'm glad that I am already married. It is a dish I would try again.